Good morning, teacher Stu. My name is Tai Yuan Hao. I'm from 4S Dong. Today, I'm going to present my biology project-based learning, PBL. The theme of this project is Fundamentals of Biology. Content standard is movement of substances across a plasma membrane and its application in daily life. Learning standard: produce food products produced through food preservation process. Now I'm going to talk about the introduction of food preservation. In ancient times, people did not have special preservatives like sodium nitrate, benzoic acid, and sulfur dioxide. They carry out the food preservation process by using salt, sugar, and vinegar. Food preservation is a method that can prevent the growth of microorganisms such as bacteria and fungi. The process can slow down the oxidation of fats that cause transitivity, which produce unpleasant taste and odor. Food preservation also includes processes that inhibit visual deterioration, such as the enzymatic browning reaction in apples after they are cut during the food preservation. Methods of food preservation. The oldest methods of preservation are boiling and curing. Modern methods include canning and vacuum packing. Boiling. Boiling liquid food items can kill any existing microbes. Milk and water are often boiled to kill any harmful microbes that may be present in them. Curing. The aim of curing is drawing moisture out of the food by the process of osmosis. Curing increases the solute concentration in the food and hence decreases its water potential. The food becomes inhospitable for the microbe growth. Canning. Canning is sealing food in cans or jars and boiling the containers to kill or weaken any remaining bacteria as a form of sterilization. It was invented by the French confectioner Nicolas Appert. Vacuum packing. Vacuum packing stores food in a vacuum environment, usually in an airtight bag or bottle. The vacuum environment strips bacteria of oxygen needed for survival. The objective of my PBL is to produce food products through food preservation process, to understand and apply movement of substances across a plasma membrane in daily life, to learn about the methods and principles of food preservation. In this project, the target I chosen is cucumber. Techniques I use is pickling. Pickling is a method of preserving food in an edible antimicrobial liquid such as brine, vinegar, alcohol, and vegetable oil. The materials I use is cucumbers, water, chilies, lime, vinegar, salt, and sugar. The apparatus I use is bowls, knife, spoon, glass jar, scissor, cup, and cupping board. The procedure of my food preservation process is: first, I wash the cucumbers, chilies, and lime with water. Second, I cut the cucumbers into long narrow strips with a knife. I also cut the chilies into chips and I squeeze the lime water into a bowl. After that, I mix the chilies, cucumber, and lime water in a big bowl. And I also add 10 tablespoons of vinegar, 3 tablespoons of sugar, and 1 tablespoon of salt. And I mix all together. I put the mixture into a glass jar and put the glass jar into the refrigerator. Observations are recorded every 5 hours. Now I'm going to talk about the outcome of my PBL. The taste of the cucumbers were normal and fresh looking before being pickled. After being pickled, for the first 5 hours, taste of cucumber becomes slightly sour and the color of cucumbers becomes slightly dull as well. During the next 5 hours, The taste of cucumbers became more sour and the color of cucumbers became more dull than before. The cucumber became crunchy, juicy, and virginary after being pickled for 15 hours. After being pickled for 20 hours, the cucumber pickles are crunchy and soft enough. It tastes delicious. The discussion of my PBL. Vinegar is why should we use vinegar? Vinegar is an aqueous solution of ethanoic acid, CH3COOH. Distilled vinegar contains 5 to 8% of ethanoic acid, so let's its pH value maintained at 2.3 to 3.4, which is sufficient to kill most bacteria. Why use salt? Salt is a mineral composed primarily of sodium chloride and NaCl. Dry edible salt can use for food preservation process. It is related to pickling and to brining and curing. Salting is used because most of bacteria, fungi, and other partially pathogenic organisms cannot survive in a high salty environment. Why use sugar? Sugar is added into the brine to increase the sweetness of cucumber pickles in order to reduce the sourness of vinegar. Why put the food in the refrigerator? Refrigeration and freezing are used for preserving food in low temperature. This procedure is to slow down or stop most bacteria from dividing and thereby multiplying in order to increase the shelf life of cucumbers pickles. Last, leaving a half inch between the brine and the top of the jar is to allow space for the pressure that is produced once fermentation begins. Conclusion. Overall, in this project, it is proof that pickling cucumber in vinegar can increase the shelf life of food by inactivating the pathogenic and destroying microorganisms present in food. The results show that the difference in concentration will cause the substance of solution to move through diffusion until dynamic equilibrium. Thus, the taste of cucumbers becomes sour after being pickled. However, eating large amounts of pickles or pickle juice can cause negative side effects, such as digestive upset, bloating, high blood pressure, and increased kidney workload. Thus, we can avoid these problems by make the pickles ourselves because we can control the amount of ingredients. These are the reference, and that's all. Hope you like it. Thanks.